Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday, June the 11th. These are the charts of the day. Well, kind of a consolidation pullback day in Wall Street. Still a lot of stocks we followed did fine, especially in the morning. The afternoon was a little more difficult and it wasn't the best trading day, but I'm going to show you some stocks that have impressive patterns. And let's start with Cosmetics, CRMD. Now you can see that back a year ago, the stock was trading in under $1, and it flew into the October period upwards of 12.13. So we're talking about a 12-fold increase and a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave advance. So naturally, you're going to go into a long consolidation. Although it did make a nominal new high in February when it reached 1360. Since then, it's been kind of in a falling wedge, and you can see the pattern right here. Obviously, violated a little bit of support when it broke the trend line, but the action in the last 2 days with increasing volume shows a breakout, and it closed right near the 50-day. For me, the next target has to be our test of this zone up here near 10.5, 11. Currently trading at 783, so I think this could be a good swing trade to about the 10.5, 11 range, followed by a retest of the multi-year high near 14. CTRV, you can see the long declining channel. This is a reverse split stock. But in the last week, we've had a huge change of events in terms of volume. An explosive rally pullback, then another pop pullback, and then finally today an explosive move again that took it up to as high as 1465 before settling back to 950. Still up 250 on the day, or 36% on a monster 2.7 million shares. What I'm going to be looking for and what you should be keeping your eye on is, can this stock get back above 14, 15 range? Anything above 15, 15 and a half, and we're looking at a stock that could be in the low to mid 20s. Keep an eye on this one. Enphase, one of the best looking junior semiconductor stocks that I've seen in the last year, has moved from the September low about 3 3/4 to 17 today. Today was up 88 cents or 5.5% on over 4 million. It looks to me like this stock can run. The long-term channel seen here indicates the possibility that now that it's through resistance, this thing could run even into the high 20s. It's currently 17. This is also a stock we should be keeping an eye on for a potential swing trade. I'll keep you posted. HMI. Now, this is a stock that we had a swing on back in here when it broke out and ran quickly from 11.5 to 19 and change before reversing ugly in March and really coming down hard, I must say. From a high of 1966 on March 4th, 3 months later, the stock was trading at 7 and change. But it really reversed big time in the last 5 days, taking it from 7.5 to 10. 10.14 was the high today. It closed with 9.96. It was up 82 cents or 9%. I think that there's going to be problems getting through the 11-12 zone. That's your scalp targets or short-term trading targets. But I think eventually, if we get through that, we're looking at a stock maybe 14.15. PIRS stock I just put out as a swing trade. I love the breakout and the pullback flag of testing support. Today it popped a little bit, 10 cents or 2.5%, not a lot, but the volume's picking up. The technicals look good. I think once it gets past the 470 range, you're looking at 5.5 and 6.5. QD, also a swing trade currently in play, had run up end of April to as high as 880 and then pulled back to 6. Formed the big wedge, it broke out today. Today's action was up 38 cents or 5.2% on 6.5 million. There is resistance just above us here at about 7 3/4. If we get through that, you should see 8.5 and then 10. Stitch Fix, coming out of a base pattern and through a declining tops line. Stock had a breakaway gap 4 days ago and has held very well. I'm now looking for 32, 2.5, and then 37 for your short-term targets. TAL, one of my old swings from back in November when it was trading at 26.7, made it up to 39. It pulled back, and if you take a look at the pattern over the last 4 or 5 months, it's had key support right now in this 32, 33 zone. Recently testing that level and breaking out, today's action took it out through key resistance at about 36.5, closing at 37, up 133 or 3 3/4% on 4 million. Volume pickup was the best in 5 days. I think the next target looks like a retest of the May high of 39.5, but I also think this has potential to be in the mid-40s. Talaria is a swing of ours from the February period when it exploded and pulled back in a wedge. Support about 5. The stock ran out steadily until it got to over 9. A real good swing trade. Got up to 919 and pulled back to test support. Now this week was a severe test of support, should I say last week, at 670. Currently at 773 today, up 6.5% on over 1 million shares. it looks like the new channel looks like this now. Pull this back, and there's your channel bottom. I'm thinking that looks like the channel. A retest is an order, I think, of a 9 and then 10.5. Key support at 645.50. I would stop under that. XON also coming up to challenge key resistance and at this big gap there from back in February when it got whacked. If it does make it up into this zone, I would look for 7, 7.25, and then 8.5, 9. ZIOP, after a big run from December's low around $1.50 all the way up to 5. It then consolidated for the last 6-8 weeks. You can see today's breakout on heavier volume with good technicals, maybe a precursor to a bigger move. I'm looking for 490, 6, and 7 for targets going forward. And finally, ZYNE, which was a swing of ours back in April when it broke out above 6.5. Worked out well by reaching both targets at 9 and 12, and even going further to as high as 1647 back a month ago. The pullback recently tested the 50-day moving average and the trend line, and you can see the snapback today on big volume, looking like a breakout to me. I'm looking for a retest of the highs at 16.5, and then 20, possibly mid-20s on an intermediate basis. And folks, that's it for tonight's charts of the day. Have a good evening, and let's make some money tomorrow.